This is the recording from a live event in February of 2021 in Melbourne, Australia, in partnership with the Sustainable Living Festival. We had speakers from the Caravan Industry Association of Australia, from the Phillip Island Nature Parks, as well as from the regeneration projects. You will now hear the panel as recorded on the day.
So what does it mean? It's actually, there is no 100% definition that you say, okay, sustainable tourism equals this and this. So it is, some say it's based on the Brundtland Report, Our Common Future from 1987, which means meeting the needs of the present without compromising future generations to meet their own needs. In terms of tourism, that basically means that our children, grandchildren, and so on can actually enjoy the planet Earth as we do today. Good example, the coral reefs, right? Great barriers, so it might be gone in the next 20, 30 years, so future generations can enjoy the amazing fish life. So now sustainable tourism aims at establishing a balance between the environment, social-cultural environment, and economic aspects of tourism. So where can we find the balance to have a positive impact on all these three pillars of sustainability and reducing our negative impact when we travel, basically. So at its core, it can be applied to any travel style or budget and can be incorporated into all parts of a traveler's journey. That means from your research, when you start thinking about where am I going, and the booking process that you do, to while you're in the destination, searching for your accommodation, the transport that you use, the products that you buy, the restaurants you go. So into every single keystone, where can I apply sustainability or travel responsibly, even then the souvenirs that you purchase at the end and come back. So having less harm, more benefit. So now there's an increase in the term of regenerative capital. What does that one mean? Okay, so doing less harm is no longer good enough. So just reducing your negative impacts is no longer good enough. The future of sustainable travel is regenerative tourism. So it basically means replenishing and restoring what has been lost and building economies and communities that thrive while the planet thrives too at the same time. So we actually leave the destination better than we found it. Okay, so we'll have a just purely positive impact. Obviously now we've seen with like climate change, the natural disasters like bushfires last year in Australia. And for those of you who travel like Snowy River and the Malakuta region, it's horrible what it looks like. I mean, even some of the fires that were just around here at the Great Ocean Road. So we see like how nature can actually destroy the environment, and there's no denial that it's caused by human impact the last 200 years basically. So more consumers are now aware and that they want to operate in sustainable mindsets, so they change their own lifestyle. So you guys are interested, Sustainable Living Festival, you come to series, so you have that awareness already in there. So you might change your own behavior at home, but how can you do that when you travel? So we shift to deliver positive net benefits to all participants, not just ourselves, but the destination, the environment, the wildlife, and the community that lives where we visit. So tourism has the potential to become an agent of positive transformation that can contribute to a better quality of life for all. So in a utopian world, that will hopefully the future look like. So it means restoring and regenerating the capability to live in a new relationship and in an ongoing way for long term. So we don't think short term, we think long term in that way. There are exciting projects, if you haven't heard of it, such as Habitat Australia, a Kidna Walkabout, who plants actually trees for the koalas, just I think it's on the UK, something like that. Obviously, like with the fire, so many trees have been burned, and then you book a tour with them, and then you can obviously help regenerate the destination at the same time, right? Because you cannot have a sustainable planet without regeneration. Okay, I'll just hand over to Lisa to do a quick warm-up activity and see what you guys might experience.
Warm-up activities. Hello, everyone. We would actually just like to know, when we came up with all this, we were asking, or we were just chatting, what domestic travel experiences we had and the challenges that we had. So it would be awesome to find out if one of you has traveled domestically, locally, recently, and what the challenges or the experiences were when you did. So when you talk about
we got a good one right away. There's no sufficient public transport to be used. Everything needs to be done by car.
In rural
areas. Or generally, actually, even interstate. or intercity travel is pretty much only possible by plane or by car. There's no trains, high-speed trains.
Even like getting
buses.
to the Great Ocean Road and things like that is extremely difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you're dependent on the car.
Yeah. Would anyone else like to share a recent travel experience?
Even day trips.
Well, we went camping out to a national park, and the rubbish around that people leave at campsites, it was a real problem. Other people leaving lots of rubbish behind because they just assume the park ranger will pick it up for them. So it's an issue.
Yeah, I think that will also be one of the topics that are going to come up, because that came up for us as well. So without further ado, handing over to Alice.
Hi. So I'm Jen, I'm going to be moderating, but trying to let the panelists do most of the talking. And